Oh, yes, 100%. So we're at Elevate Coffee Shop in Phoenix, Arizona. And today is May, help me out.
It's Sunday.
Sunday. May 28th. 28th. And I have Big Mama. Of course, I'm Heavy J. And this over here, as everybody knows, is the Bog Wizard. What up, Bob? What you playing?
Engine Impact. I'm really stuck on this level though. It's the like underground mine thingy in the depths of the unexpected reunion.
Yeah.
I'm in the midst of finding my twin sister in the game, which I sometimes forget that's what this is all about because there's so many like side stuff. Like a god will ask for some favors, and if you do all these things, the villagers will thank you, and then they'll hang up search posters, and that's as far as they go to look for my sister. How nice of them, right? It's kind of funny though. It's like, help, I'm looking for my twin sister. I'll hang up a wanted poster, or I'll hang up a search poster. It's like, thanks.
Such minimum effort. Wow.
It's like, I defeated a dragon. You guys don't want to like help me
it's
a
right
little?
up there with thoughts and prayers.
No.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. Huh? Oh my gosh.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. So you got a moped now, right? Not a moped. You have a scooter.
Yeah, it's like a Havana scooter.
Yeah. How you liking that?
I'm liking it well. It gets me around Anthem at least. I didn't take that summer job that I sometimes take because there's no way over there.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of far too, isn't it?
Yeah. And I kind of miss my weird wizard persona. Oh, and the kids were pretty fun to hang out with too.
Yeah, but you have a weird wizard persona right here on this.
So you were helping me out with that.
It's kind of different.
Because you're the Bog Wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was appropriate for children.
Yeah, whereas this is never appropriate for children.
Yeah.
So you missed that job?
A little bit. I guess nothing's appropriate for children nowadays, though.
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth?
Like,
Everybody has different opinions.
I started singing the "Let's Keep Swimming" song from Finding Nemo, and I asked the little girl, I was like, "Did you watch Finding Nemo?" And her mom's like, "Not yet." I was like, "Not yet." And she's like, "Yeah, she's 3. It's we're gonna watch it when she's older, so it's not so scary."
It's a cartoon for children.
Right?
I was like,
It was
a Disney
Disney
favorite.
cartoon.
It was your brother's favorite movie when he was. Well, he had a pacifier, so he had to be like 2.
Yeah. It's an old movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nowadays. I remember when it came out though. So.
Like, Finding Nemo is gonna be too traumatizing for her 3-year-old. Okay, Dan.
You know
I am
that
apparently not a good parent.
the one bluefish, Dora.
Dory is the
Dory,
best.
that's it. No, Dory really annoyed me.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, she's the best. She is the best. A, she's the comic relief. B, she's the one that motivates everybody, right?
Yeah.
When everybody wants to quit or gets sad.
It's just all the forgetfulness.
Or maybe I can totally relate to her. I forget everything.
I think that actually the whole conversation started because I'm having such a Dory moment. And I started singing "Just Keep Swinging," and I was like, the little girl didn't catch on. I'm like, not a fan of Finding Nemo, or it's too. And their mom's like, it's too inappropriate. I was like, oh fuck.
What's inappropriate about Finding Nemo?
No clue.
Was it touching the butt? I mean the boat?
She's like, it's too traumatizing.
Okay, so the part with the dentist, you know, and the birds, the pelicans or whatever those were. The seagulls.
Mine.
Yeah. That was
I
the
love
best.
those guys.
Yeah.
I quote them a lot too. Most of my quotes are Dory, but there's also mine.
Mine.
These smoothies are great, but I got brain freeze already, and I barely drank any.
So what have you been up to?
Nothing.
What'd you do today?
I don't know. What did I do today? Groceries. We picked up groceries. Took groceries away. Hung out with you. That was about it. Adventures in delivery.
Adventures in delivery. See, now that's fun because delivery is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Customer service jobs are crazy.
They are.
Well, everything I had
Really
today
are.
was just leave it at the door. So I kind of like that. I used to like it when I would actually meet
Hand
the
it to the
customer.
customer.
Yeah, because then I could chit-chat them and all that kind of stuff. But now that I've been doing it a lot more lately.
And you found out how crazy people are.
And
you
yeah,
just forgot.
people
for
are
a
really
while.
nutty. So yeah, I'm all about just leave it at the door. I like that. Those are my favorite. You know. And the ones I really don't like is arrange a place to drop it off at, because then it makes you or it wants you to call them
That's
to
so
do that.
crazy.
And then a lot of people get annoyed because they're like, "Why are you calling?
Why are you calling me?
Because
The app says I have to."
instructing me to because you told it to. That's why.
Yeah, I like those. I think
Like, I
some
didn't
of
choose
the.
to call you, dude.
I think the
Believe me,
grocery.
I'd rather not call you.
I think the grocery deliveries do that automatically. Contact them to arrange a contactless delivery area.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But then the customer writes in, leave it at the door, and you're like, but the app says I have to call you, and then they contradict, and the customer's annoyed, and you're like, well, because you can't tell in the app which part is from the customer, which part is from the store or whatever, and yeah, it's crazy. That's okay. They'll go to drones eventually.
Yeah, well, that would kind of suck because this is my side hustle, and I really like it because I can pick the hours that I want to work and just work those hours.
But robots, drones, and AI is going to replace all of our jobs.
Oh, believe me, it'll be like a long ass fucking time before that happens. Because I worked at self-checkout where people check themselves out. Those machines are totally fucking ornery, especially at a payment. People are like, it's not letting me pay. And I have to tell them, all right, get your card in, bend it down, keep it there, don't move it. Your card's stuck there, you have to get a new card.
So you can just hold up a little white flag every time she drops an F-bomb.
Yeah, that'll be my job, Jordan.
So I'll tell you what. So I go into the Circle K yesterday, okay, and I was gonna get you a Frosty, and I was gonna get myself a Frosty, okay. So I go in there, and first of all, this really annoys me. So I get up there because I'm all in the mood to get a Frosty. I got it on my brain, so I'm craving Frosty, and they have no lid for the Frosty. And there's no way you can put Froster in one of those cups and then put a regular lid on it. Have you ever tried to do that? It's just a giant mess. You have to have that dome lid.
Put it in a regular cup.
Yeah, you can put it in a regular cup, but you can't. But then you'd have to put a regular lid on, and that's my point. They were out of the lids.
All the lids?
All of the lids, the small, the mediums, and the large. And
Even for because the sodas have a lid.
yeah, the sodas have
So
lid.
she's saying get the Frosty and put it in a soda cup.
Yeah.
Right, and then you'd have to put a regular lid on it,
Yeah.
right? It won't work because the stuff oozes out. That's why they have the dome lids.
Don't fill it all the way
Because
up.
then it goes up a little bit or whatever it does.
Yeah, you have to
Every
room.
time I try to do that with a regular lid, it's just a huge giant mess.
Okay, don't fill it up all the way. Because I think the soda cups are actually bigger than the Frosty cups anyway. So you wouldn't get cheated out of me.
Yeah,
Actually, you probably wouldn't get cheated. Are they the same price? I don't even know.
I don't know. I just know I love the things,
Yeah. That's the second time this week we tried to get a drink somewhere and they didn't have lids.
Yeah.
That
That's
must be
happened to
the
me
new
more-
supply chain shortage.
That happens to me
Yeah.
more than once when I go in for a Froster and they're out of the lids completely. The other Circle K, the one on Gavilan Peak, no, Daisy Mountain, the one on Daisy Mountain, you know where the old bank was? That one. So they don't have the lids anywhere near the Froster machine. Yeah, you have to go to another area to get those lids. Makes zero sense to me.
This is why we're going to be replaced by robots, because people are dumb.
Yeah, it's the stupidest setup ever.
You're going to go up to a machine and you're going to push a button, you want a Frosty, and it's going to drop your drink out. You remember the old coffee machines?
Yeah.
You requested coffee and a cup fell out and then it filled it up?
Yeah.
Now, you can't have those today. You have to have a thing in front of it because dumbasses will put their hands in there to get their coffee before it's done and they burn themselves and then they would sue somebody.
my coffee.
So you have to have it closed so it doesn't open And they'd probably have to verbally say, this is hot, be careful, so they don't get sued, you know, that kind of stuff. But that is how we're going to end up doing it. They're going to have a machine where it drops down, and then it's like, you know, take your drink, and it's going to open the door.
Yeah. So I think they have a lot of those type of vending machines and things like that in Japan, where you can just, they have like whole stores. I mean, we're really getting off on a tangent here, so let me get back to my original point.
They must have lost patience with people being stupid a long time ago. We just put up with it longer.
Yeah, well, I don't know. So I still think they have those over there, but I could be wrong. But back to my original point of what she was talking about, where, oh my God, I forgot my original point.
The machines are taking over?
Oh, that machines are taking over. Okay, and her store. Okay, so my point was, is I go into the Circle K, and there's this big line in there. Okay, and there must have been like 10 people in line. I mean, it was all the way up to the door. All right. So, and then they have 2 employees. One is working the register, and then there's an open register, and then there's the self-checkout machine. Well, the other employee's running around. He's like, "Oh, I'll be right with you, folks." No, he wasn't right with nobody. Okay, he was off doing whatever, you know, Circle K stuff, you know, mission he was on. So everybody's like standing in this giant line. Nobody goes to the self-checkout thing. So I'm standing in this line going, you know, I really want to just walk over there and use the self-checkout machine, but it would be rude of me to jump in front of all these people because there might be somebody in this line that wants to use the self-checkout machine ahead of me. So I wait, and it creeps up and creeps up and creeps up, and finally, you know, it's opened up, and there's the self-checkout machine, and then the person in front of me goes to, you know, to the only register that's open. So I get up there and I put my drinks down. I'm thinking, you know, I'm going to check myself out and then I'm the hell out of here, you know. But it said on the machine that it registered my 2 drinks as soon as I set them down. But then it added another $17.37 for something else. So this machine wasn't even working right.
I was going to say.
That's why nobody was using it.
Last time I went to the self-checkout machine at Circle K, there was a guy standing there because the machine, I actually did mine, and he's like, "Oh, it's correct. You're good. Go ahead and pay." And because it made so many mistakes, it had to have somebody stand there and watch it, which defeats the whole point of a self-checkout.
Yeah.
It's so bad. It is.
Like, I think most of my day was running around correcting the machines, because either they'll like not let people check out with their cards for whatever reason, or the machine gun thingy will shut off randomly and I have to tell people, you gotta wake him up, you gotta squeeze him until he wakes up. Or the checkout machines that take cash will suddenly stop taking cash for no reason.
They probably run out of change.
No, it just suddenly stops. In the middle, like someone was in the middle of paying for their stuff, and in the middle of him putting cash in the machine, he's like, "It's not taking cash anymore. What did I do?" And I went over and I was like, "God damn it." I was like, "No, it's not your fault. I gotta reboot the machine again."
But he had half his money in there already.
Yeah.
So when you reboot it, does it still remember where I left off, or does it wipe it out? Because usually
no, it wipes out. I'm like, I just ask him, "Are you okay with not having a receipt?" And then I take the rest of his money and I calculate what was already paid for and what's on there.
Yeah, because it probably says on the machine how much
I go
put
to
in
like one of the other registers that has like the change in the drawer.
Yeah.
And I put in his change and give him his. I put him in the rest of his money and give him change back. However much he has.
Or whatever.
So you had to
that's
do
my
math.
cheat sheet. So yeah, I have to do math.
But that'd be a lesson to everybody who doesn't think they're ever going to use the math they learned in school in their regular life. Yes, you will. All the time.
Oh, I had to do math today.
Regardless of what your position is or what you do.
Because a lady handed me like $200 and something, and instead of pressing the 2, I pressed the 1. So I put in like 140 instead of 240, and I was like, now I have to correct this. So I had to like quickly do math to try to correct it and make sure I got it right. And there's like 30 cents left, and I was like double checking to make sure I didn't do anything wrong. But it turned out they actually owe me the 30 cents. But I was like standing there doing this, and this chick's like bragging about how great homeschool is and how her kids were homeschooled and that like her kid was like a fighter pilot and the other one's a therapist, and how homeschool kids are geniuses. And I'm like standing there like, and she's like, see, this is why like homeschool's the best. You could have used some homeschool. And I'm like, lady, I was homeschooled.
Yeah,
And
how
she's
would
like-
she say that?
She's like, you keep trying. You'll get it.
That's kind of insulting.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
People can be so insensitive and
Yeah.
so insulting sometimes.
I'm like, joke's on you, bitch. I'm homeschooled and like I'm retarded as fuck. You know?
Jordan.
Oh, like we're gonna get paid or sponsors.
Yeah, it's not the
That's the only reason why people don't cuss
Okay.
in their videos.
I'm the shusher.
Yeah, get kind of loud. Anyway. So what's going on at your job? Here comes the big screed.
No, I don't want to talk about
Yeah,
it.
talk about it.
They're just changing things.
It's very therapeutic.
Really? Because my job thing is, oh, we got this new thing that's going to be great.
Oh,
And
they
then
always
you
start
do
that
it.
way, don't they?
Yeah, they always say that, and it usually isn't. Sometimes it is. Sometimes part of it is, and then part of it's a train wreck. But, so, then, it's only been like 2 weeks, maybe 3, and technically we haven't really even started the new thing. They're encouraging us to, but you're not required to. And half of the team's not doing it at all. Half of the team started it ages ago. Anyway, so I've been doing it for like 2, maybe 3 weeks. And now we're going to be changing it and doing something completely different. And I'm like, why did I just learn all of this? It would have been made so, I mean, it's not directly the same thing, but it would have made so much more sense if we were going to change everything to have included it and done all of it in one shot rather than piecemeal just to make me crazy. I'm pretty sure my boss is just trying to make me crazy. I think he's trying to get me to quit my job.
So, it's like
I mean, I get that he doesn't like you.
Yeah, he's ageist.
he's
He's
ageist.
ageist.
That's terrible.
Somebody I work with
I thought he was sexist.
somebody I work with recently told me
That was your
she
other boss.
literally had to schedule a meeting with him to tell him to stop insulting people about their age. And I was like, I wish you hadn't, because I would have just taken him to HR by now. And she's like, yeah, but you weren't the only one. We were in meetings with other teams and he was doing it.
Oh my god.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Other teams.
That's crazy.
So he's insulting basically his peers or above probably, but other people. Because he's always like, oh, you wouldn't understand there's an age gap. And I actually told him at one point, you're right, there is an age gap because you don't understand what I'm saying to you. And he didn't get it. He just doesn't like people that are older than him because, well, he's intimidated. It's frustrating.
How old is he?
I think he's 30.
Oh, so he's a young boy. Young man.
Yep.
Yeah, I get that.
The other supervisor, who I like, but I don't report to, he's turning 30 in a week or 2, I think. And he said, so I guess his boss, or somebody he works with, I don't even know, I didn't follow who it was, had asked him a few years ago, oh, so they were talking about what you did for your 30th birthday. And they were like, what did you do for your 30th birthday? He was like, I'm 26. But he's turning 30 this year, so he's like, so now I'm going to go tell her.
That's too
I
funny.
thought that was funny.